Good morning, YouTube. My name's Emery, and I'm a farmer trying to decide what's best today. Today's Monday, October 6th, and it is, we haven't gotten any rain. The cotton is turning fast. It's starting to see a lot more white each and every day. I don't think I'm ready to defoliate any just yet, but it's getting closer each day. But before then, I got all the disking I wanted to get done. I'm going to unhook the tractor from the offset. I'm going to hook it to the field cultivator, work on getting all these brackets and these knock-on sweeps on. And then I'm also need to change the oil on the 8260. So I'll do that. And some point I'll use that plow. I'm going to plow about 120 acres of new ground I've got. And then I'm going to plow that waterway I plowed I dissed the waterway by my parents' house. Go ahead and plow it so it's ready for wheat. And then I'm going to take it to one farm where I've got some clumpy resistant grass issues and run through that and try to kind of slice some of that off here so that doesn't just got some trouble spots for whatever reason. So once I get that all done, then I'm gonna hook up to the blade. That may not, we'll see if that happens this week or not. I'd like to do some scraping with that, and so Dad and I can work on this berm some more, different waterway patches. And then I need to start thinking about the tractor, and this all may kind of intertwine. Or the tractor, that's a cotton stripper, and I've got two of them now, so I need to think about both of them. I got to get this rim replaced and the wheel put on. That I may call them this week and see if we can't get them out here to do that. The one concern that I have is that there is no hole in here, and that's really for the chain. I think to lift the wheel. I'll show you on most big wheels have that. Like this hole. I don't think I need a hole that big. Maybe I do. I need to talk to the tire shop guys. But that's also a way we get access to this final drive plug, which you can't get to any other way. And so I may need to drill that in that rim for me, but also if the tire changing guy needs it to be able to lift it, may need to do that anyways. So that's on my stripper. On Dad's stripper, we need to do a little bit more maintenance on it, but it needs new bats and brushes. So anyways, I got to start thinking about that because time is approaching where I need to have my harvest equipment ready, the grain drill ready. There's just always something, always stuff to get ready. You know, this is always a job that seems to be difficult. Because it is difficult. Get this pin out. Try to have it not in a bind by pulling straight in and not being curved at all. But oh, come on. Come on. Oh, this could be epic. That was, oh, come on. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm telling you, never, absolutely never has that happened. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I will take that. That makes, man, I can't tell you how nice that is. I'd not forget this. All right, go hook up to that thing. That's called a field cultivator. So these handles here release and pull back these these stops that keep that from popping out of this 3-point quick attach. So we're hooked 3-point because you hook 1 point here, 2 points at the bottom. That equals 3, in case you're wondering. All right, so that's the connection. I'm gonna hook up the hoses. I need to do some spraying of my cylinders for some lubrications. Try to keep that dust seal lubricated. Alright, let's see if I know what I'm doing. Alright, this should lift that side over there. Perfect. And that should lift this side over here. Okay. I did it right. Get this pulled over in front of the barn on the concrete. Also, the engine needs some diesel soon. I'm letting the engine warm up a little bit so I can change the oil. It'll flow a little bit better. She barely fit. Barely. This side I can't really walk around. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna go drain the oil, get it all put together, and then I'm gonna work on this sucker. 48 sweeps to change, but shouldn't have to change them for a long time. This little wrench has been handy. Dad said this was for older tires to change the what did he say it was? I think to change the tire width. Something with the tires on an older tractor, but 1.25 inches. It's perfect for this. Although I may need to go get my impact. I can't remember if I can do this by hand very good. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Oh yeah. I don't think it's going to be that hot. No, not too hot. Okay, gotta get ready here. The only bad part, this design, is this hose right here. Maybe it's the other tractor more than this one, but once it gets lower, it'll start running down that hose. All right, while that finishes draining, I'll go take off the oil filter. Which is a canister type. Try to be neat. Can't always be neat. Alright, so that's a paper element filter. It just snaps out, and there's an O-ring here that comes with the new filter. So, pretty simple deal. Our new filter. Paper element. And the O-ring that I just took off. All looks good, so I'm going to put a little bit of oil on this O-ring. Just helps it seal better, because that rubber, if it's dry and it has to go up, seat up against that metal, it won't be as good. Could kind of catch there. Okay, so O-ring is good around there. Now the other thing I do, you can't really fill this container. That's fine, but we put a little oil around that face. This is a kind of a paper fabric material, so it's pretty absorbent of this oil. So I just put enough around this side, because that's what mates to the bottom side of that canister. Again, just so it, I don't know, this part may never get oil on it, or may be harder to get oil to this face if we don't do this. I don't know. It's just the way Dad taught me to do it, so it's the way we do it. Okay. Then this snaps in this cap. And I just need to clean out the inside just to make sure. Just like that. That'll do. All right, that's dripping just a little bit, but you never get it all out. The O-ring looks to be okay. I need to, maybe everybody says this, but I need to get a couple of those ordered to have, because at some point they won't be in good enough shape to reuse. And I won't know that until I drain the oil out. And then I'll have to stop and go to the John Deere house and get it. They may not have it, so that would be disappointing. Just can't change that unless you get the oil drained. Although I have seen somebody pull a vacuum on, maybe not engine oil, but something they were draining. They pulled a vacuum on it and kept it from coming out, which is kind of cool. I won't be doing that. I just need to get some of those O-rings. That's not going anywhere. Well, I did pretty good. I didn't make a mess yet, but it doesn't mean that I'm full. That's close to what I need. I'll have to start it up, get oil in the filter, probably add a little bit more. Oh yeah, I'm still a ways down, so need to go get some more oil. All right, let's see what I did now. it might be perfect. Can you see? It's a little bit high, but I think once I run it, it'll probably be perfect. No leaks, just let it run for a little bit. I'll let that oil settle back down. I maybe should leave this out here. Don't forget. I'll check that again after I finish doing the sweeps. All right, I'm gonna get a system going here. I need impact, socket, hammer. Hoping I can roll around on my creeper. Possibly. I think I'm gonna take them all off first. Maybe pull forward, get those out of the way, then back up. That's what I'm thinking. So, all right, I need this guy with a good battery and a 7/16 inch bolt. Oh, I know a 1/2 inch bolt has a 3/4 socket. What does a 7/16 have? I think it's 5/8. Or is it 11/16? We're gonna go 5/8. If I have to do the walk of shame, well, you'll know, because some of you are probably like, you should know that. Well, I'm trying. Be perfect just as your father is perfect. I know. Oh, it's bigger. Shame. Speaking of shame, funny story. Funny and terrible story at the same time. There's some teachers in the area that got fired, like kindergarten teachers. They were making, when a kid would mess up, they were making him walk around the room. Or maybe the kids walk around that person in the middle of the room, and everybody would point, shame, shame, shame. That's one way to do kindergarten. They don't have jobs anymore. Wouldn't recommend that strategy. Okay, it was 11/16. I could easily have cut this and just said, hey, 11/16, but you know, I'm an honest guy. All right. Like that. Just do that 47 more times. Okay. Well, I got them all off. Let me cut this bundle loose. I lost my pocket knife that I've used for a while, so I'm using this non-locking one, which I'm not crazy about, but it's a good old timer. All right, there's no instructions. Surely it's, where are we at? Surely it's straightforward enough. To put this all together. Looks like that should fit in there. bolt in. Put that bolt in first. Something like that. So again, I didn't do the shank protectors. Hoping it's going to be okay. There's not much wear on these shanks. From Dad thought he ran these without shank protectors for a while before he put them on, but I don't see a ton of wear here, so I'm not sure that he did. Does that look right? Tighten it up. Decent. Looks good. And then I guess I don't know. What are you supposed to hit that? What are you supposed to hit on? The point itself? How are you supposed to know? I'm assuming, you know, as you... Yeah, I got some slop in these. There's a bushing. Might be good to get some bushings to replace those since I'm doing all this. I did some. It helped a little, but I don't know if the bolts are worn or if it's the bushings, but I guess that's all I do, and that spring just keeps the pressure on it. Have I done this right? Well, that's it. That spring hooks on this notch here. So that's pretty close to the top. So I believe it's set. I've kind of tried to pull it up and down. So I'm gonna do some others and see if I get a different result. Otherwise, I mean, that's the point, straightforward. And that tool to take it off hooks under here, and then a part goes in there and pushes that spring in, and then you just beat it off. All right, let me do a couple more. Well, there's 5. Pretty straightforward. I mean, I was expecting it to go up a little higher, but they're all the same. They're catching just on that top lip inside of there, and I can't get them off. So I believe they're good. And I guess the way that the design is, if they're not fully seated, when I put the plow on the ground, it should probably suck them up even more. So, all right, 5 down, more to go. My time lapse ended twice, I guess. So that probably took me, what time is it now? Oh, hour and a half, I guess. Probably took me, well, to put them back on, between an hour and a half. Is that right? I started a little after 10. It's about 11. Yeah, about an hour and a half to put all those on, but I got them done. It's pretty easy. It's just like putting sweeps on. with some extra parts. Everything's good except for this middle sweep. It's on, I think I've told you this before. It just the way the toolbar is set up, we couldn't get a C shank on there, so it's got this little straight shank that's kind of kicked over, and it's a little crooked. I need to try to adjust that clamp, but that's a different kind of sweep, and it's going to probably be too high because these new sweeps set a little lower than the other ones I took off. So once I get it off, I'll set it on the ground and drop that shank down some to get it more level with the rest of them. So I'm going to I got this is not today. I got to go home for lunch. I'm meeting a guy, adjuster, to look at our barn from some damage that we had from some storms earlier in the year. But I'll need to check the tire pressure, grease those hubs, grease the tractor, obviously. Okay, one thing I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look it up, and I need to take a picture of this part number. But because of the slop in these things, like that one's not bad. You got others that are worse than that. I took this apart. So there's a bolt that goes through. There's a metal bushing that goes on around the bolt, and then inside of there's a wear bushing, and it's pretty worn out. And so I'm gonna try to find a bunch of those. I think that's the part number I need. We'll see. So if I can find those, I'll order 50 of those little bushings, and hopefully they tap out pretty easy and go back in, so I can take some slop out of this, and it won't be otherwise those shanks will be jumping around and you'll miss weeds that way. So all right, I'm going for lunch. I don't know if I'll see you after lunch or not. If not, I'll just see you when I see you. You almost let me forget this. Let's check the oil though first. Pretty good. I think I'm going to add just a hair more to make sure. It seems to drink some oil over time. That'll do.